Politica all the way. Politica all the way. Politica all the way.
Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and those watching all over the world, magandang buhay po sa inyo lahat. Ito po ang Politica All the Way. Ako po si Jojo A. And as most, I always start off the program saying that I'm really excited. I really am excited to do this show lagi, no? But now I'm doubly, triple excited because ang aking pong panauhin ngayon, singer-songwriter and lawyer, true patriot, my very good friend, Attorney Jimmy Bondoc. Jimmy!
My dear friend, Jojo A. Ako po si Jimmy B. Very happy to be on Jojo A. for your new show. Matagal na rin, ano?
Oh, matagal na rin.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You've had multiple seasons, I think.
Oo, multiple seasons na. Ngayon, may lagi kang busy nun, lalo na nung time na medyo, ang hirap mo rin mahagilap, pare.
Campaign, hindi. Mahahagilap nyo naman ako, kaso talagang hindi nyo ako makukuha. Dahil nung time na yon. Pero ngayon naman, nasa lansangan lang ako nagkakalat.
Tama. Hindi, tsaka ikaw naman yung type of person, friends, na easy to get along with and easy to approach.
Thank you.
Yun.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to be as grounded as possible.
I think na rin yun. What accounts for that, pare ko, is the yung exposure natin to show business, no? Malaking bagay din,
two things,
no?
Exposure to show business, kaya hindi ako nagmamataas. And then pangalawa, it's my inherent poverty, pare. Kasi pag wala kang pera, wala ka naman dahilan magyabang. Oo. Perpetual, should I say.
Mas maigi na nga rin daw yung si may isang kaibigan natin, sabi, mas maganda raw yung mayabang na lang kasi yabang di nauubos no?
Oo.
Yung yaman
nauubos. Sa akin kasi parang pareho nang naubos.
And let's get down to
Sure.
everyone knows that, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, ang pinag-uusapan ngayon, mga hugot lines. So, pare, one of those I want to ask you, no, is about the hugot lines, about what you're feeling about what's happening now in the country. Kasi ikaw nagsabi na, sinabi mo nga na yung drug war natin before actually worked, no? And now parang I don't know if is it working now or is it working to our disadvantage? What is your thoughts on this? The whole thing about the drug war that happened before, what is the effect of it now?
Well, first and foremost, kailangan nating i-acknowledge that everything we say now will be hotly contested and it will cause a lot of separation among friends and all that. So, because all the facts are blurred, wala na tayong mapagbatayan ng datos. Halimbawa, hanggang ngayon, nagkakagulo pa rin tayo kung ano talaga yung drug war, 7,000, 30,000. Tapos nagkakagulo pa rin tayo kung talaga bang tumaas ang drug use ngayon or hindi. Because nothing is available anymore. And I think the obfuscation is intentional. And it's caused by media and certain private interests. And I think that's the saddest part about this administration. It's not who's nakaupo. No, it's not that. I think social media and information has gotten to the most vague point in history. So, kaya hindi tayo nagkakasundo.
So, meaning ngayon, parang hindi na siya as clear-cut as the time of Duterte? Meaning hindi na...
Well, and as times Duterte and even before, parang naging palabo ng palabo. Before kasi parang merong konting endpoint ang isang discussion, Kunyari, meron tayong dinidebate about a certain number. We get to it, Pero ngayon, parang kahit i-Wikipedia mo, alam mo, I tried, may Wikipedia ako, may Chinat GPT ako, magkaiba yung lumabas.
Talaga?
Magkaiba.
Ano sila? Conflicting ba? Or
Conflicting.
Oo.
So you should try it, But that's my point. I think that's what causes division because I think private interests already have a hand in establishing facts and figures. It's no longer in the hands of pundits and experts.
The reason why I started our conversation with this, Parico, is because the issue of the day, one of the biggest issues of the day is Tatay Digong, si Presidente, former President Digong, is in The Hague.
Mhm.
And what should have been a successful project of his, yung kanyang whole presidential was anchored on that, the drug war, di ba? Pero it backfired and it brought him medyo napunta na nga siya sa The Hague ngayon, ganyan. So yun ang ano ko eh. So you think is it because of, so it is not a failed drug war. It is not a failed
the drug war is exactly what it is coined as. It was a war. And tuwing merong war, to the victor belong the spoils, di ba? Belongs the spoils, no? Ang victor ngayon, ibang political side. No? So, sila yung magiging tama. No? Would this be different had Sara become president? Absolutely, di ba? Absolutely. So that's what I said about information. Wala namang ngayong totoong facts na eh. You get what I'm trying to say, right? So, for example, si Pangulong Duterte nandun siya. Kapag nandun ka na, we are now looking at his case through the eyes of the ICC, hindi na through the eyes of the sovereign Philippines. So, kung ano man ang sabihin nilang mga legal gymnastics doon, maniniwala na lahat ng oligarchy at mga pundits tsaka mga expert dyan. But ako, I would still maintain na walang jurisdiction ng ICC, and whether the question is not whether the drug war was failed or not, but whether he should be tried here or not. And the answer should be dito.
Ang gusto ko kasing malaman din also is you're calling for a secessionist secession of Mindanao.
Kailangan i-correct yan, ha?
Buti.
With due respect. Hindi po calling yon. No? It was an acknowledgement. No, bago nyo pa simulan akong kasuhan, which you can if you want to. Pero what I was acknowledging is that this long-standing call for Mindanao to separate. Kasi nga, feeling nila, neglected sila. Ayaw ma-approve ng federal. Yung Bangsamoro, hanggang ngayon, nagkakagulo pa sa kung sinong iboboto, kung ang gulo pa eh, di ba? So, they do feel neglected economically and politically.
For the longest time,
actually. And then, there is evidently dalawang uri ng Pilipinas. Definitely. And what I mean by dalawang Pilipinas is hindi lang mayaman at mahirap. Merong Pilipino, halimbawa, sa South, na number 3 si Jimmy Bondoc sa Balota. No? Number 3. At sa Luzon, number 27. No? May ganon. Magkaiba yan. Merong 100% ang approval or more or less sa Pangulong Duterte at merong biglang 30% sa iba eh. What people see as a failed drug war upstairs is the most glorious thing that happened downstairs sa South. Magkaiba eh. So culturally magkaiba. Hindi napapansin economically, politically. So since the Spanish era, nananawagan na sila ng secession, hihina. Lalakas, hihina. Yung nangyari na-deny yung appeal ni Pangulong Duterte, lumakas yung tawag ng mga sila Congressman Kiko Barsaga, magsisid na lang tayo, blah, 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 blah. So I acknowledge it. Sabi ko, yan na, lumalakas na Republic of Mindanao coming soon. Hindi ko panawagan yun. Acknowledgement yun.
Okay. Buti na lang na
to be clear, I'm not against it. I'm not against it. No, I want to be very clear. I'm not against it, but I'm not advocating it. I'm saying it's something that we should acknowledge at get to the root cause of it. Kasi sa totoo, hindi naman maganda na mag-splinter ang bansa dahil malaking movement yon. Magpaparecognize pa tayo sa ibang bansa, kailangan pansinin pa tayo ng ibang superpowers. Pero, the call is there.
Yeah. Yung actually that would have solved it eh, yung federal form of government.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Bakit di na pursue yan? Nandun naman si Robin din, si Senator Robin. Ba't di masyado natin napukpok during
numbers.
Always
numbers. Demokrasya tayo. Ang liit ng numbers talaga because again, hindi pa natin na titilt ang balance of power in the upper levels of government. No? Halimbawa, minority pa rin ngayon ng mga Duterte allied, which is federal,
Mhm.
in favor of federal
Federal government.
Oo. So, it won't happen, and it almost happened kay Pangulong Duterte dahil ang lakas niya noon na COVID naman.
Oo.
But sa totoo, yung constitution na yan, nandun na sa headquarters namin sa PDP. Nakita ko
Mm.
na, ang ganda-ganda nung kanyang structure, no?
Mhm. Mhm.
It discusses about kasi para sa mga hindi nakakaunawa, di ba? Halimbawa, taga Luzon ka. Ang population ng Luzon sa buong sa buong Pilipinas is about 57%,
Mhm.
no? Pero ang food production 46%. Sa Mindanao, I think they're 24%, pero ang food production is 35%.
Mhm. Mhm.
So they're producing more than they eat,
Mhm.
whereas Luzon is producing less than what
Kaya nga,
they eat,
yeah,
diba?
yeah. Kaya nga it's considered our food basket basically. It can feed the whole of the country.
Oo, sa
Diba?
totoo, well, of course, we all need everyone
Yes,
to
of course.
produce,
Yeah,
no? Pero nandito tayo, nag-i-import tayo and all that, but the truth is, Luzon is just eating more.
Mhm.
Di ba?
Mhm.
So, siguro, sabi ng Mindanao, tayo na lang.
Tayo na lang.
Iwalay na lang tayo. Kaya naman natin pakainin sarili natin. Diba? No, I'm just saying, this is one of the 100 factors that we have to be talking about. Kunyari, nasa Mindanao ka, farmer ka. Nag-produce kayo ng napakaraming kanin, napakaraming mais at kung ano pa man, no? Tapos yung kinita nyo, pinadala nyo sa central government.
Mhm.
Ninakaw ng mga buhaya.
Mhm.
Pagbalik sa inyo, binigyan kayo ng 1%. Nung binigay ninyo, sinong hindi mag-aaklas, di ba? So that's the call, that's the root cause of the call for federal na kung meron kaming 100 pesos na kitain, o sige na, lion share sa inyo na, 60% kunin nyo na. Pero yung 40, hawakan na namin. Kami na magpapagawa ng mga kalsada namin. That, the federal structure is the only structure that we did not adopt from the American Constitution. We adopted everything else.
Actually, advocate ako dyan ever since
Yeah, I think many people are, the sober minds. Pero pagdating dyan, the oligarchs, papalag talaga. And rightfully so. I mean, their interests will be shaken.
And diluted. In the wrong, no?
Siyempre, control.
Mawawala sila.
Hawak mo na lahat ng negosyo, bibitawan mo ba, di ba?
Politica all the way. Politica all the way. Politica all the way.
Does VP Sara, share the same sentiment?
I don't know.
Have you talked to her about this?
I've never, the last I read, not heard. I talked to her on personal matters, yung pagkabuntis ni Isabel, yung aking asawa. Yan lang mga pinag-uusapan namin. Pero I read some time long ago, mga 2019 pa, that she wasn't in favor yet of federal at that time because she felt that the states or provinces were not ready. But I don't know what she feels about it now.
Are you in close contact with her? Do you speak to her often?
Yeah, I try to keep my relationship with VP Sara personal. Kasi, alam niyo, nakaupo na rin ako in some positions of power. Tas tayo, nagsumikat na rin tayo. We've felt how it is to be on top of something. And sa totoo, di ba, nakakauta din yung galing kayo sa concert, tas pag-uwi, puro music pa rin yung pinag-uusapan.
Yeah.
Or sa politics, nagaling ka na nga sa Kongreso, sa Senado, tapos kausap po si Jimmy, politika na naman ang pag-uusapan. So I try to be a friend na lang. I think she needs it. We all need a friend these days.
That's good. Tama rin naman yun. Para at least, tama yung sinabi mo ngayon. Para bang, eto na naman tayo. Wala naman tayo ibang kwentuhan. No? So she's good. She's fine. She's, everything is good with her naman. No?
Alam mo, I think I'm authorized to say this, no? Pero nung nagkakaroon ng mga BBM resign na calls, she didn't like it. And contrary to popular opinion na parang gutom na gutom daw siya sa power, no?
Kasi lumalabas Para bang, in fact, there was even several, parang insinuating that she was the one.
Ayaw niya.
Parang,
No.
So ayaw niya.
Categorical. I'll show you the messages. Ayaw niya. Sa kanya nga, parang, sige, I mean, constitutional right niyo mag-rally, siyempre, no? Pero for her, sabi niya, hayaan na lang natin matapos yan. Para this is her words, and I think I'm authorized to say it, for them to realize the final Marcos mistake. Her words. Her words. Kasi, pag naghunta tayo ngayon, alam mo, ang military junta, halimbawa, I think sa Chile dati, 1970, 73, 72, 73, nagkaroon ng military junta. Si General Pinochet, 17 years in power. Right?
Yes.
Yun yung junta. At least ito, alam mong 2028, matatapos.
Malapit
Pag
na,
naghunta, hindi mo alam kung hanggang saan, baka hindi matapos.
Right. Pero there are insinuations of another impending impeachment in the offing for this coming year.
Yeah.
I'm sure, pare, you're aware of that, no? Will that fly? What do you think?
Won't work.
Won't work.
Everyone knows my politics. Para sa bayan po talaga ako. May mga hi bashers, ha? Alam ko. Para sa bayan talaga ako. Maniwala man kayo. Hindi. Kahit para sa inyo, gusto ko kayong bumuti ang buhay nyo. Pero, I really think na kunyari maging presidente si VP Sara, I really think that the Philippines will immediately become better. However, do I think impeachment will work? And I don't think it will.
It will.
Kasi
It won't.
it's the monies. It's the movement of money inside Congress. And institution yun eh. Ang hirap nun. Para ka magpa-impeach, can you imagine baka trillion para lang makapagpa-impeach?
Ang nakikita ko diyan na kasi sinasabi nila na there was a time that there's some memes na nakikita ko na pinadala rin sa akin na you said nga the VP Sara would be the better choice not just for 2028 but if it happens now, what would be the first steps kaya that needs to be done? Now, the reason parang ina-ask ko to is because some people in Malacanang also watch the program. And I think because and I think kaya sila
I love you po.
Sometimes, syempre, katulad pa rin sa showbiz natin, di ba? Ang daming yes man. Baka naman si BBM ay hindi nakakarinig ng devil's advocate, And I make it a point that when I have yung good minds like yours from the other side to give advice to the president na yung dapat mo sana itong gawin mo, hindi yung tama yung ginagawa mo, boss, gano'n. That's why I ask you, if the VP is is a good choice or a better choice, now what would she have done or what would she do or what should the president do now to progress us, kasi there's still about the last 2 minutes still counts.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
He still has the last 2 minutes.
Yeah. The VP would end corruption immediately. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about post-legislation corruption. Kasi ang corruption po post-legislation, kumbaga tapos na yung batas, ayan na yung budget, ni-release na. Siyempre may mga corrupt dyan. Normal yun eh. Gusto natin hulihin yan, pero kakasuhan mo yan isa-isa. The difference between dating corruption, that's ordinary corruption, this extraordinary corruption is at the legislative prior to release. Hindi pa po na ibababa, pinagparti-partihan na. Okay. Yun ang problema eh. This is extraordinary. Yang batas na yan, yung budget na, taunang budget po, pinipirmahan ng Pangulo. And I don't see how can we be so blind? We could be so blind, no? Na yung mga dati na NEP, alam niya, nasana ng mga viewers niyo yung National Expenditure Program, yan yung po yung budget na suggested po ng Finance, ng DBM, ng Pangulo, binibigay yan sa Kongreso. So sabihin nila, kunyari, 5 trillion yan. Pagdating po sa Kongreso, dapat more or less 5 trillion pa rin with a few adjustments. Maliliit na lang, di ba? And for many, many years, ganyan ang kalakaran. Ngayon lang nangyari na yung sinuggest ng DBM, 4.5 trillion, naging 6 trillion. May patong na 1.5.
Ito ba yung
That's corruption.
Yes, exactly, no? Yung
Yes.
pero ito ba yung, kasi please refresh my memory, no? Jimmy, ito ba yung tawag dito, yung ibinalik niya or kinuha niya again to restudy, and then there were some...
Sabi niya, 4,000 pages, binasa niya.
Oo, yeah. Ito ba
pero
yun?
may mga niline item dito siya, pero minuscule. Maliit eh.
Okay.
Maliit eh. It was a few billion.
Okay.
Tapos nandyan din po yung budget na nag-file kami ng kaso ng falsification of legislative documents dahil nga umakyat sa presidente na blanco. Tapos biglang pagdating sa Pangulo, may 241 billion na. So
it's a clear case of what you're saying is a clear case of command responsibility.
Oh, alam mo, I wish I could say it's just that, no? Respondeat superior ang tawag sa totoo, no? Pero the question is if he's complicit eh. Mabuti kung nalusutan lang siya. And again, I have nothing to gain from offending our dear president. But I'm saying the facts, the thing speaks for itself. May budget binigay na sa Kongreso, tumaas without any budget of expenditures or sources of financing, including receipts, kung saan manggagaling yung revenue niyan. Wala. Parang hindi. Ito ang gusto namin pera, sabi ng Kongreso. Hanapan nyo ng pagkukunan.
Ano lang, parang
how it works,
whimsical.
Right? Oh, yes. Yes. It's grave abuse, di ba? Whimsical, capricious. Yan ang mga words ng batas eh, di ba? So, yun yung sinasabi, your question was what would VP Sara do differently? And it's that. And corruption.
Agad.
At the legislative level. Yung ordinary corruption nga, sabi ko, mahirap yan kasi ikakasuhan mo isa-isa, yung mga dumidiskarte sa mga ahensya. Pero yung kung at the legislative level pa lang pinagparte-partihan na, the president can stop that. And that's why I'm saying, things will immediately be better kung, and again, I'm not calling for anyone's resignation, pero kung maupo si VP Sara, hindi lulusot yung ganung budget. That's my point.
Okay. You know, there's so many things I want to except that now I'm in a quandary whether I should pursue because masyadong
maselan ba?
Masyadong maselan pare.
Alam mo, yan ang maganda sa tape ng show.
Gusto ko lang talaga yung I want this to be as positive and as productive for those viewing in Malacanang especially, no? For them to see.
Okay, I get it. May I make a statement about
Sige, pare.
I think let's look at the positives, no? I think that the president is very good at PR. Very good. And that's not a bad thing. Duterte was good at PR. I think BBM is very good because he shows a parang a non-adversarial stance, which is what the country needs. No? I think he should back that up. Maganda yon, Pangulo. Maganda po yung ginagawa niya. I think he should back that up by simply eliminating corruption sa next budget. Baka makalusot na itong mga past na to eh. Ang problema, yung pinopropose na 2026 budget, may mga unprogrammed funds pa rin. May mga nakasingit pa rin ng 400 billion dito. May mga ganun pa rin. Kaya nagkakagulo pa din. So I think this is a real opportunity. I think he survived the rallies. That's what I think.
Right.
But if dumating lang yung January, pumasa yung isang stellar budget, subukan lang niya. Isang taon lang. I think he survives the whole term.
So that also would be a precedent for a better for him.
It shows na totoo yung sinabi niyang mahiya naman kayo. It shows na kasi before he could feign ignorance.
Na si BP Sara, tuwan-tuwa naman siya na without questions asked, less than 5 minutes yung kanyang budget approve without thinking.
Kasi nga alam niyo naman ang the turning of the tides, damayan ng mga, diba? Please, huwag kayong magalit lagi na lang kayong galit eh. Ako kasi dapat pag tinitingnan mo politika, tao ka lang eh. Kasi karaniwan tao nakakaramdam ng politika eh. Karaniwan. Alam mo yung mga nasa taas, hindi naman nila kailangan ng gobyerno. They don't feel it. That's why they don't care. Hindi naman apektado, except yung mga iba na directly affected ang negosyo nila. Diba? Pero yung sa mga mahihirap, yung talaga nakaasa sa PhilHealth, di ba? ramdam nila yan. Kaya
Mhm.
dapat when you talk about politics, you go into the shoes of the ordinary man.
For you to be able to actually feel it
Oo.
and know the need of
Exactly.
oo,
Kaya
di
hindi
ba?
ako
And what
nagpapayaman, pare. Kasi pag nagpayaman ako, hindi ko na mararamdaman yung politika. Kailangan talaga, ganito lang ako.
Politica all the way. Politica all the way. Politica all the way.
yung question about Baste and Pulong,
Mm.
nasa ano rin sila. Parang the reason kasi ikaw very close ka to the Dutertes, no? Ngayon sila rin naman ang sinasabihan ng political dynasty. And ano, what can you say to that? Do you have any ano, or what do they have any sila mismo as a family? Are they for and against or against political dynasty? Of course.
You know,
ano,
I've said this before, I will say it again. Ang daming magagalit na naman nito. Pero ang dynasty kasi, walang constitutional definition. Sinabi lang, bawal ang political dynasty. Pero sabi, Congress shall enact a law. Meron na ba? Meron na bang nagde-define kung anong dynasty? Anak ka lang ba? Halimbawa, si Kiko Barsaga, who is obviously very competent, right? Anak ni PD Barsaga yan. Dynasty? Diba? I think the mom is mayor or vice mayor. Mayor yata?
the mom is the mayor.
Mayor,
I think
right?
the vice mayor is also the, I don't know kung
Yes.
daughter or ano.
Correct. Rep Abalos. Anak yan nila, lineage yan nila Benjamin at Ben-Hur. Is that a dynasty? Sandro Marcos, dynasty, di ba? So parang ibig sabihin, maging anak ka lang ng isang nakapasok dyan, dynasty na ba? So, ang point ko is, of course, we should aim at yung equal opportunity or equal access to government positions. Ayusin muna natin electoral system. Kasi kung dalawa kasi yung nakikita kong uri ng dynasty. Yung isang dynasty, yung masama na naa-affect niya pating electoral process. Dahil kapag nagagamit mo na, hindi ka na matatanggal dyan. Diba? Pero kung dynasty ka, dahil ang galing nyo lang, sunod-sunod, nananalo kayo, binoboto kayo ng tao na nakakatanggap kayo ng karampatang boto, anong masama doon? Akin lang to. Again, may maraming magagalit na naman.
I agree with you on that. Kasi
Diba?
yun ang sinasabi ko na ano yung and you pinpointed it. Jimmy, yun ang magandang sinabi mo talaga na I agree with you that 101%. Yung nagiging masama lang kung ang political process ang naapektuhan.
Correct.
No?
Corruption pa din.
Corruption pa rin,
Corruption
correct.
pa rin.
Kasi if you're doing
Yun ang dynasty.
a good job at it, so, di ba? Kumbaga parang sa opisina nga, pag meron kang driver, o nag-retire na yung driver mo, ipinasok ng driver mo yung anak niya, who is
Yes.
also a good driver,
Yes.
who is also ano sa mga bata,
Yes.
di ba? You would, of course, bring him in, no?
Yes, I would like to propose an
Oh.
idea to Malacanang, to Congressman. Pakinggan nyo. Total, ito, Jojo A all the way na, nakikita nyo na. On a very reputable show. Diba? So, I have a badge of credibility. Ang ang political dynasty, kung i-define natin, lagyan nyo po ng element of corruption. Yun lang po. Ang political dynasty should be rooted in corruption. Hindi po yung porke naging anak ka lang ng isang tao na nasa gobyerno, dynasty ka na. So, I repeat, kung i-rewrite natin ang constitution or if we are going to enact a law about political dynasties, ilagay nyo sa isa sa mga elemento, corruption. If corruption perpetuates the power, that's a dynasty. But if the people place you in power because they love you, that you change their lives, why would that be a dynasty?
That's right.
Diba?
Miski naman nung araw, miski naman nung time pa ng Biblia, pag inanoint ka,
Of course.
one after the other, di ba?
Yes.
Ganun ang di
Yes.
ba?
Yes.
Kaya it becomes wrong lang kung talagang kaya tama yung sinabi mo. I agree with you with that Jimmy, attorney, senator. Dapat it should be one, legislated yung corruption. Number two, focus on the electoral
Yes.
yung mga reforms and loopholes, if you'd like to call it that, no? Kasi doon lang naman, yun lang naman ang para pagka kapag ka mali or hindi mo gusto, tanggal sigurado.
Oo.
Hindi nila kahit anong gawin nila na matatanggal
Ayusin
sila.
muna nating will of the people. Getting the
Yan.
will of the people. Hanggat hindi natin
Vox Populi,
naayos yun.
Vox Dei yan.
Yun.
Di ba?
Hanggat hindi natin nakukuha yung will of the people accurately, can you imagine with all our social listening tools, with all of AI, hindi pa rin natin makuha ang totoong boto ng tao? That because there are private interests that prevent it.
But you made a good showing last Senate. Actually, I mean, it was okay.
Yeah, thank you. But again, I never talk about that because baka sabihin nila self-serving pag sinabi kong nadaya, mga ganon. So I'm not saying nadaya ako. Parang sinasabi ko that there were grave violations of law and the Constitution with regard to the counting. Dahil hindi nasunod yung nakalagay sa batas na yung data itatransmit diretso sa COMELEC. Dumaan sa data center 3. Hindi dapat yun.
Okay.
Clear yun. Ang dami nang may alam nun. Pero wala na. Yung issue natabunan na. Bakit? Kasi ganun tayo. Binabaha tayo, hindi lang sa tubig, kundi sa issue. Babahain ka lang ng babahain. Tapos pag may mainit na issue, yun, very clear may data center 3. Lumihis po yung data bago pumunta sa COMELEC tsaka sa NAMPREL. Clear yun. Wala na. No one is talking about it. You know why? And may flood control. Juicy. Juicy partner eh. Ang sarap pag-usapan. Tapos pag umiinit na, may makukuha na yung blue ribbon ni Senator Marcoleta. Maganda na. Palitan natin yung chair. Uy, baha na naman.
Ganda naman,
It's mental inundation, partner. Lunod na lunod yung utak mo sa...
Parang talagang it's one way of para bang ginugulo mo na yung utak mo lalo pang nagugulo with
galing,
things that are happening, one
nila,
after the other.
Galing nila, diba? Again, I'm not being political here. I'm really talking as a layman lang na hindi ba kayo naaawa sa tao na wala nang nauunawaan? And hindi ba sila nagugulat kung bakit except for the INC rally, wala nang nagrarally? Kasi nga, lunod na po yung mga utak ng taong bayan. Talaga sa kanila parang, I just want to live my life, man. Binoto ko kayo eh. Di ba kaya ako yung binoto? Dahil kumbaga may tindahan ako, naglagay na ako ng bantay eh. Ako po ba mag-iimbentaryo? Binabayaran na nga kita dyan. But, nope. I think until 2028, tayo magbabantay sa sarili natin tindahan lang.
So, sariling sikap muna tayo.
Palagay ko. Because no one is, I don't think anyone's doing their jobs.
Right. Well, the way things are going, we still have the likes of you to... There's still hope at the end of the there's still light at the end of the tunnel.
Mahirap lang tayo, partner. Diba? It's a rich man's game. I wish people, hindi na ako, pero yung well-intentioned people, makapasok lang sa highest levels. Kahit saglit lang, isang term lang, maayos natin to eh. Kaso nga, walang pera ang mga well-intentioned. So,
paano ba yan?
Pautang nga, meron ka ba? Kahit 1.5 lang pa.
Na-reinvest ko na, pare. Hindi na ako
Niroll
ko na eh.
Grabe, no?
Ito, isa pang mainit ito, yung mga usapan ngayon ng mga sa senador. Diba? Ilan na mga nakalinya na supposed to be medyo, ikukulong daw or there'll be,
si Bato.
Oo.
Si Bongo din.
Kaya nga eh. So, since ikaw na rin nagsimula ng mga pangalan, let's start off with, Senator Bato. Nagkita ba kayo sa Davao?
No.
Wala.
Hindi. Actually, pag may mga ganyang issue, di ba, the first thing you do is detach ka. Para wala kang alam, para hindi mo rin sila ma-compromise. Kasi kaibigan mo yan eh. So, ayaw mo naman silang ma-problema. But again, you will not agree with me kung talagang galit kayo sa mga Duterte, hindi galit kayo kay Bato. But you have to remember what you're sacrificing. You're sacrificing sovereignty. No? Yun po eh. Hindi naman, kasi diyan tayo binabaha na naman, yung sinasabi kong mental inundation. Binabaha tayo na hindi kasi si Bato maraming pinatay, blah blah blah. Hindi nga yun yung pinag-uusapan. pinag-uusapan kung dito lilitisin o sa ibang bansa. Kasi if you start this trend, which by the way has been started, it has been set as precedent, tuloy-tuloy na yan. Hanggang next term, magbabawian na yan. Sigurado, magpapailan na tayo lahat sa ICC. And then, the judicial system here, talagang sa totoo lang po, ay parang nilapastangan. So again, I don't want to talk about whether dapat kunin sila Bato or si Bongo. The question should be we be surrendering anybody to the ICC? The quick answer should be no.
So talagang dapat, kumbaga, problems like this should be resolved in our country, and that will also give the idea internationally that we can take care of our own.
Ang
We
gagaling
can
ng
hold
Korte
our
Suprema
own.
natin.
Oh, we have
Our
a good
justices, geniuses.
have a justice system that works.
It works. Everything works. And then, hawak, if they're afraid of, let's say, political maneuvering, then they shouldn't be, because hawak na hawak nila ngayon ng administrasyon. So, hawak nila ang ombudsman. And again, the appointment, may mga nangyari na naman dun sa appointment which I do not agree with, but nandyan na yan.
You think it's yung justice about the flood control? Is it ano, pare ko? Is it progressing as it should, or medyo mabagal pa, or ano?
No, it's not. Because I think hinahabol natin na naman yung maliliit na isda, as this is the normal case. And we all know that si Zaldi and Martin, step by step yan eh. Bago ka makadating dun sa supposed mastermind, sabi lang nila, si BBM daw. Daw, allegedly, di umano. Pero bago tayo umabot dyan, dadaan ka dito, at bago ka umabot dyan, dadaan ka dito. Ganun eh, may hierarchy eh. Pero yung binubulgar nito, I think matitigil nila dito for two reasons. Number one, totoo namang may absolute immunity ang Pangulo. So, yan. Pero, the fact-finding should at least look into his involvement without making him participate. Kasi marami nagkakamali po sa concept ng immunity na parang as if hindi na siya pwede pag-usapan. Hindi naman po ganun. There's a case, De Lima versus Duterte. Duterte versus De Lima. It showed, sabi, na kahit writ of habeas data lang daw, which is a very, parang maliit lang yan na petition. Demand yan for data. Hindi pwede isubject ang nakaupong Pangulo dyan. Kasi, in paraphrasing pare, busy ang Pangulo. Busy yan. Di ba? Huwag natin tanggalin sa kanyang mga katungkulan. But that doesn't mean that you cannot look into it. Huwag mo lang siyang ipaparticipate. So, ang sa akin, bakit tayo hindi naglo-look into yung baka pagiging complicit po ng Pangulo or ni Martin at ni Zaldico? Kasi may mga binibitawan po si Zaldico na mabibigat. And we can't just sweep it under the rug.
Right.
May claims, 25 billion, dinideliver, diretso sa Pangulo.
Right.
Well, wag natin guluhin yung Pangulo. Immune siya eh. Pero aralin natin.
Dapat silipin.
Aralin natin.
Pero ang problema lang daw dyan is he needs to come back and
why?
And it should be a sworn affidavit.
To put his life in danger? Diba?
Can you not do that sa ano? Di ba pwede naman yung gawin sa ano yan? Sa embassy?
Oo, bakit hindi ganun?
Di ba?
Diba? Tsaka isa pa, ang dami pang ibang witness. May mga witnesses po dito, yung mga Marines po na ngayon medyo being protected. Yung sinasabi po ni Orly Gutesa, pwede naman nating siyasatin yun. Tanggalin niya po natin yung affidavit issue na yan, ha? Yung notaryo issue. Huwag na po tayo magpauto dyan kasi sinabi niya na nga in Congress mismo na nakasumpa siya doon. So tapos na dapat.
So talagang take things into consideration, put it all there.
Yes.
See if which ones will hold in court, which ones will not.
Yes.
Is that
exactly. Kasi para at least sa susunod, kunyari mag-change na naman ng powers, 'di ba? At least masabi natin na inaral natin, gumagana ang justice system dito, we did the proper fact-finding, para hindi rin kayo mapadala sa ICC pagdating ng panahon. Hindi, di ba? Kasi there should be no inability or refusal on the part of the justice system.
Politica all the way. Politica all the way. Politica all the way.
Did you read The Little Prince nung siguro high school? Pinabasa-basahin niyo.
Oh, Little
Diba,
Prince. Oh.
Little Prince, diba? Daming ano dyan, mga memorable passages. Pero the most memorable passage was, words are the source of misunderstanding. Sabi ni, I think it was, anyway, basta, I don't want to misquote, no? Basta, words are the source of misunderstanding, sabi sa Little Prince. And that applies so much to legal speak, to legalese, no? Kasi sa totoo lang, una sa lahat, English na nga yung konstitusyon natin. So yung mga tao hindi na maintindihan. Pag once binigyan mo ng, kunyari mayroong legitimate na hinaing ang taong bayan. Tapos biglang banatan mo lang, alam mo kasi sabi sa Article 2, no, section ng Constitution, biglang disenfranchise na yung parang, ay, bawal na bawal na ako mag-comment kasi English na eh. Pero nakakaawa ang tao, di ba? May legitimate siyang hinaing. Gusto niyang malaman, ano ba karapatan ko dyan sa ilalim ng ating saligang batas? In-English mo naman ako. Biglang wala na akong nagawa.
Yan yung maganda. Yung practical politics, mas naiintindihan at mas nagagamit. In the same manner na, may just add lang naman to your Little Prince, pare ko. Meron naman akong na-encounter niyan before that, diba sabi, life daw is complicated. I don't think so. Life is beautiful. It's people who make life complicated.
Oo
diba?
naman. Oo naman. Kasi pwede...
which brings me now to the words that they say. Kaya dikit sila pa.
Oo, dikit eh. Kasi ang having learned the law, no, having studied the law, na-frustrate ako dahil nakikita ko sa TV kapag niloloko tayo nung nagsasalita. I see it.
Yeah.
Na parang, uy, naepektosan yung batas, oh. But, if I speak and explain that to everyone else, they'll just say, hindi, politiko ka. Pero ako, in my heart of hearts, gusto kong sabihin, pare, niloloko ka niyan. Binabaliktad niya para lang magtunog siyang lawyer. Pero hindi yan ang sinasabi sa batas. But they get away with it 9 times out of 10. So ako, I try my best to speak regularly kasi that's how ganun ako pumasa ng bar eh. Dinadala ko sa human experience. No? Isa pa, I think people who speak legalese want to be significant. I don't want to be significant. I don't need to be politically significant. Hindi ko kailangan sumikat. Naranasan ko na rin naman ng sumikat. I don't need it. What I need is for people to understand. Yung enough so that they are empowered. Kasi tingin ko talaga the biggest problem ngayon, talagang disenfranchised na ang Pilipino. Wala na silang kapangyarihan. Hindi na nila ma-invoke ang batas. Hindi sila pwedeng
Hindi na nila alam kung saan sila pupunta.
Tapos umangal ka lang ng konti, inciting to sedition ka.
Okay. There's so many things that we can cover, no? Kaya lang we're so pressed for time. Meron kami ditong, gawin na natin tong aking segment ditong name drop. Name drop. Okay? How it works is, I'll say a name, or I'll drop a name, and then one or two words or sentence, manggagaling sa'yo. Okay? So, simula tayo kay Rep. Martin Romualdez.
Leader.
Leader.
Oh, okay na yan, di ba?
Leader. Okay,
hindi
leader.
ko naman sinabi kung...
Okay.
Wakasan na natin.
Okay na. Bota na. Pasok ko na eh. Bahala. Subject to interpretation.
Diba? Pero shout out lang kay wala, alam nyo, I never mean to disrespect anyone talaga. Ako, wala. Ang akin lang talagang taong bayan ako.
Okay, good. Okay. Senator Trillanes.
Dog eat dog. May dash yan, ha? May dash. Dog eat dog.
Dog eat dog. Dog eat dog. Okay.
Hirap. Parang hirap nito. Makukulong yan.
Ano lang naman ito, pare? Okay. Vice President, Lenny Robredo. Yan.
Misunderstood.
Okay. Kiko Barzaga.
Courage.
Akala ko sabi mo misunderstood din.
Hindi.
Courage, yeah? Courage. Okay. Senator Bato.
Rock.
Rock solid.
Foundation.
Foundation. Okay. Ombudsman, Boying Remulla,
Politiko.
politiko. Okay, last but not the least, PBBM,
Master.
Master. Okay, sama ko na to, VP Sara,
President.
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 Thank you very much for making time.
I would have said friend,
friend.
pero selfish eh.
Ganun ba?
President.
Ganun ba? Well, ito, Jimmy, I'd give you the time to address our viewers now. I know you're a man of wisdom and a man of intellect, pare ko, and a man of practical means. So please address our audience kung what you think and what you feel right now for the country.
It's very hard to not be emotional when we speak now of our country because it is going through some dark times. But it is unseen by the people on top. Para sa akin po, nasa sa atin talaga ang sagot. At ang sagot na yan ay tayo mga nasa baba, huwag tayo ang mag-away. Kasi po hindi titigil ang bangayan sa politika ng mga nasa taas. Pero tayo po, kailangan ganito tayo mag-usap para makita natin ang totoo. Huwag po natin ipaglaban yung nabasa lang natin. Makipag-usap tayo not to win, but to learn. And once you do that, we will all survive politics. Magmahalan tayo and huwag tayong lumayo sa basics ng tinuro sa atin ng Panginoon, which is talagang the meek shall inherit the earth.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Jimmy Bondoc sa Politika All the Way. And congratulations to you and Attorney Isa for a...
Mga anak na.
Oo. I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful baby daughter, no?
Yes, yes.
Sigurado
Juliana.
yun. Naku,
Juliana
oo.
Isabel.
Juliana
Juliana
Isabel.
Kasi
oo.
gusto ko tunog mayaman eh. Para, di ba?
Mayaman sa kaibigan, mayaman sa karunungan.
Yan,
Di ba? And everything else will follow. The blessings will follow.
Yes.
Like everything is, you're blessed with so many things. Thank you, Attorney Jimmy Bondoc on Politika All the Way. Maraming salamat.
God bless your viewers. Politika All the Way.
Politica all the way.
Again, thank you very much to Jimmy, Attorney Jimmy Bondoc. Let's recap lang po yung aming napag-usapan. Nilinaw lang po ni Attorney Jimmy Bondoc, sabi ni Jimmy that he is not an advocate. He was not advocating rather yung the secession movement and the separation of Mindanao from the rest of the Philippines. So he was merely acknowledging the call, no? So hindi raw siya ang nagtumawag noon. He also said that the Vice President, si VP Sara, is also very much against BBM resign. And number 3, sabi po ni Jimmy, yung electoral process daw po muna ang dapat natin pagtuunan ng pansin bago po yung political dynasty dahil yun lang daw po ang nagiging problema ng political dynasty. Kasi kung ayaw naman po natin, there's electoral process that can take them out if needed. So, palakasin at ayusin ang electoral process. Right. Ang favorite song niya po is Let Me Be the One. Pwede na namin kinanta kasi kanta niya yun. At dyan po nagtatapos ang Politika All the Way. Lagi po natin tatandaan na diskusyon po, hindi po away, opinion po, hindi po personalan. This is Jojo A. Peace and love.
Politica all the way.